Saturday, halfway through the weekend, and it's tipping it down here. Luckily, I'm underneath the veranda there, and the balcony, whatever you want to call it, out of the rain. But it's nice to sit here in the rain, isn't it? Sit and listen to the little pitter-patter of the rain. And of course, now there's so much rain, the bees aren't out, which is a shame. But on the plus side, we've managed to cut some of the lavender down, and Sarah's made a nice little display indoors. Perhaps I'll get a picture of it tomorrow. Well, there is a bee out. There's still a bee out in this rain. Anyway. But yeah, we've got 4 varieties of bee in our garden now. I sat and watched them all yesterday, and there's definitely 4 distinct types of bee in the. But if you try to identify bees in the books, the bee books or online, there's so many. There's about 80 odd different varieties of bees in the UK, and I've not seen a honeybee, which is a bit disappointing. But anyway, that's for another day. Yeah. Also, one of my followers, or I actually follow him as well. So he's got a little tiny channel, and we're talking about fish tanks. Now, I used to keep a freshwater tropical fish tank many years ago, and when I had a period of time off sick, when I was actually 10 years ago, actually when I had my knee operation, and I was sat in the house doing absolutely nothing for months on end while waiting for the knee operation to happen. I got myself a saltwater tank, and anyway, when I moved up here from Portsmouth up to Hull, I actually converted my big freshwater fish tank into a saltwater tank as I was downsizing to move up here, which is a shame really, because I did like my freshwater fish. I don't know if you know what discus are, but they're quite a large. They're like a dinner plate size freshwater fish, and I successfully managed to get those to breed in my planted freshwater tank. Didn't raise any baby fish because there was other fish in there that would eat the eggs, so that's a bit of a shame. What I should have done was taken these discus out and put them in a special breeding tank, and let them lay the eggs there. But the discus are quite caring parents. Once the fry are hatched, the parents do look after them. But anyway, that's another thing. But yeah, the saltwater fish tank was so much easier to keep. So if anyone's thinking about getting a fish tank, think about getting a saltwater fish tank. Yeah, I know the equipment is a lot more expensive, and some of the rock that you put in and the lighting that you put in can be quite expensive, and you do need a fair bit of water movement in a tropical saltwater fish tank. You do need water movement, just because the rock that you put in there, the living rock that you put in there, actually does all the filtration for you. The little tiny bugs and worms and things that live inside that living rock actually bring in products of fish poo inside the rock and digest it, and actually, because it's so far inside the rock, the oxygen levels inside fall away and you complete the nitrogen cycle. So what you might find occasionally is little bubbles escaping from your living rock, and that's nitrogen gas. Anyway, that's another thing. But yeah, we use the same principle on board ship for digesting our human poo in the ship's sewage system. So when we're in port, we can actually discharge our effluent, our waste, as it were, overboard, because it's fully treated. It's actually finished its nitrogen cycle, apart from the very last one, which is to release nitrogen gas. Anyway, I'm digressing again. But yeah, that's one thing I do miss. Is I can't remember how many years ago it was now, but my fish tank sprung a leak while I was away at sea, and poor old Sarah was unable to stem the leak, and she didn't really know how to make up more seawater to top the tank up, and it was making a mess on the floor. So anyway, that ended that. I lost about £4,000 worth of fish and corals, and I lost probably a couple of £100 worth of equipment as well. Bit of a bugger, and I'll never get that back again. I'll never be able to make that money up. But then, back when I got that, I wasn't able to cycle, and I wasn't able to take pictures because we didn't have YouTube so much 10 years ago. Although we did have YouTube 10 years ago, I wasn't really part of it. But anyway, digressing. So, it's Saturday, and tonight we're going to a birthday party for Sarah's sister. Her youngest daughter is having her 21st birthday today. So anyway, I'll be driving, so I won't be having a beer. It's a shame. But yeah, we're going for a bit of a party, and she's just graduated from university. Not quite sure what she majored in or mastered in or whatever it is you call her. Someone who graduates from university. Anyway, she managed to pass. And I don't really know, because I'll have to ask her tonight when I see her, because it was lots of people on her graduation days, and I never really got to speak to her. Anyway, that's another occasion. But yeah, it's didn't see much in the way of meteors last night, did you? No, it's cloudy sky, but hopefully during the week there should be a couple of clear nights. I've checked the weather forecast, and we got clear nights. Now I go back to sea next Saturday, so next Saturday morning I won't be here. I'll be getting in the car about 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that, and I've got a 5-hour drive down to Lowestoft, and give it an hour's stop on the way. It's a good job it's a petrol car. If it had been electric, it would have turned a 5-hour drive into a 9-hour drive, with a 4-hour stop to charge the batteries up. So I wouldn't have been looking forward to that. But anyway, hopefully there'll be a nice, decent size car that's hopefully be automatic. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. Not that, I mean, I can drive a normal manual car, but I just prefer an automatic these days. It's simply because my clutch foot, I've got an artificial knee on my clutch foot, and it can be a bit, aches a bit after a while. Anyway, digressing again. So that's it then. It's Saturday, and we've got parties to go to, and hopefully I'll be able to get out on Sunday and get some more pictures, do something with the dog, get some more pictures of him running, just really to build up memories for myself. And of course I know that some of you guys actually like to see the dog running about, and we did see a fair bit of him when we walked around Bremen Rocks. I keep getting it wrong. Sarah keeps moaning at me. Bremen Rocks. And yeah, that was nice to see him running around. Anyway, so that's about it then. I've taken up far too much of your valuable time. So give it a thumbs up and a like, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye then.